I've been hacking since I was like 11.
All right, before we begin the show, let's thank our sponsors. First and foremost, our title sponsor, Once Upon a Coconut. All natural, non-GMO coconut water with natural electrolytes and no added sugar. You can choose from pure blueberry, pineapple, watermelon, sparkling energy, and chocolate flavors with Once Upon a Coconut. Stay hydrated and refreshed. And if you're wondering why it tastes so darn good, it's due to a combination of factors, including the freshness and sweetness of young coconut water, the lack of additives, and the natural electrolytes present. And the best part about it, Once Upon a Coconut, 10% of profits go to charity that benefit our communities, including the Down Syndrome Foundation, Breast Cancer Foundation, Leukemia Society. Good things, good people, great product. So you can grab it at some Sprouts, you can grab it on Amazon, you can go online to find a store near you or purchase it right there off of their website, onceuponacoconut.com. It is delish. Big thanks to Inspect All Pest Services, our buddy Nick and the crew over at Inspect All Pest Services, providing the highest quality termite, pest, and wildlife control. That's not all they do. Inspect All can take care of your insulation, pressure washing, gutter maintenance, and other home services in Metro Atlanta and the surrounding areas. Remember, seasonal, you get different bugs and critters all around your house, so you want to go with the best in the business, and that would be one of our fine sponsors from day one, InspectAllServices.com. It's the Mad Dog, Manny Aurora with the Aurora Law Firm, best darn defense attorney in the world, litigating all over the United States, based out of Georgia. We're talking criminal defense, white-collar crime, DUI, drug offenses, appeals, and more. And you can always get your legal questions answered by the Mad Dog, Manny Aurora, by getting those to me. And when he pops up on a show, you get your questions answered. So go to thebaileyshow.com and we'll get those questions to the Mad Dog. The Aurora Law Firm.com. He is the best in the business when it comes to therapists. There's no doubt about that. I use them, and so should you. We're talking about Dr. David Markwell with Ridgeline Counseling. He's got 10 therapists in-house, 3 different locations there in Georgia, one across from Sprayberry High School in Sandy Plains in East Cobb, Marietta near the Square in McKaysville, just outside of Blue Ridge. But if you're not in Georgia and you need to talk to the good doctor, then you can go online and get virtual sessions. Ridgeline Counseling at gmail.com if you'd like to email him directly, or go online to markwelltherapy.com. There is no better time to check if your insurance is any good. That's why FBC Insurance is waiting for you to reach out. You can call them at 888-308-1841 or email them info@fbcinsuranceservices.com. I just switched up my car insurance because I got a better deal at FBC Insurance. They were the people to find it. Perfect for new homeowners, especially if you're trying to reshop those current insurance policies. 5-star service, multi-policy, bundled discounts, and they're going to shop every carrier out there to find the best insurance for your house, flood, storm season, auto, motorcycle, boat, recreational vehicle, or just a personal policy. 888-308-1841 or go online, FBCInsuranceServices.com. Another one of our great sponsors in storm season. You have to talk to the good people at Alternate Power Solutions of Georgia. Family owned and operated. They are a Generac generator dealer, founded in 2012. So storm season, power goes out. Who knows when it's coming back on? Don't be that guy or girl that does not have a backup plan and having power for whatever it be, especially medical devices, fans, air conditioning, so on and so forth. Offering sales, service, installation, and repair of automatic home standby and portable generators, every single one of you. When you become a customer at Alternate Power Solutions of Georgia, you get an upgraded warranty, free monitoring, and warranty repair. A+ rating with a BB&B, and you pay nothing until the job is complete. Call or request a free home assessment and go to their website, poweringgeorgia.com, or buzz them at 770-853-7571. Use the discount code Bailey, my last name, and get $500 off your entire installation. All right? Servicing Georgia and Tennessee. Alive Ozone Therapy Spa in Altamont Springs, Florida. This is mine and my wife's wellness spa. If you have an autoimmune, cancer, HIV, just simple biohacking, long COVID, the answer is yes to just about anything that's going on in your body. Most of the time it starts with inflammation, and ozone therapy, it decreases inflammation. So ozone therapy, we are the first and only to do it in Central Florida. That is a live ozone therapy spa. We also offer red light therapy, halo therapy, pressotherapy, PMF grounding mat, as well as naturally in-house made ozone infused products like the magnesium butter that many of you absolutely love. Ozone therapy, what is it? Quickly, it repairs and rejuvenates your cells to the mitochondrial level by using activated oxygen. Simple as that. No side effects. That's all there is to it. It's a 30-minute session, and you actually burn up to 600 calories when you're in the Hocket sauna. We do it the most non-invasive way. So whether you're in the area or you want to travel, book an appointment, AliveOzoneTherapySpa.com. All the products you can get there as well. And remember, for you two peers, use the discount code BS10 to take that off those online products. If you want to be a sponsor of the show, reach out to me via thebaileyshow.com. And if you are a listener of this podcast and you need any of our great sponsors, please reach out to them. Now, let's begin.
I think we should do a podcast about rock and roll. And that's what stories.
Yeah, let's do it. Welcome to the Vinyl Road Podcast.
All right, there it is, episode 16 of the Vinyl Road Podcast about rock and roll stories from the road, so much more on the BPX. That is the Bailey Podcast Exchange. 3 different shows, 5 days a week, one feed, details on jasonbailey.com. Thanks to all of our wonderful sponsors, including our title sponsor, which would be Once Upon a Coconut. OnceUponACoconut.com. Use the discount code BS Podcast 10 at checkout so you can save some geetuses. Always want you to save some money. I'm transferring this. Okay, yeah. Thanks for being here. My name is Jason Bailey. There's the man himself, looking like the devil out on the Saliva. There's
yeah,
Brad Short. How are you, Brad?
Quesadillas, ¿cómo se va? How you doing, brother? What's going on?
I'm good. And our guests, this is the first time I'm meeting her. Very excited. Also on tour with Saliva and Earshot and the founder, that would be the band Lilac and the singer Alyse Zavala. How are you, Alyse?
I'm doing great. I'm really, really excited for tonight.
You look at Brad differently on this show because he does look like the devil right now with his face all red, correct?
Dude, I'm in a Marriott. I don't know.
Yeah, how is that different? I see him every night. It's been a week tour so far. We still have 5 weeks to go. We got it's like a 6-week tour. It's a pretty long one. Yeah.
Yeah. You having fun?
He always has the best lighting. Yeah. And I'm having a great time. I'm really excited. Our band is full of a lot of energy, and so I think it's really awesome opening up for this tour and getting the crowd ready and getting them hyped up before Austin and Earshot and Saliva go on.
Yeah. Is this the first big tour that Lilac has been on?
No, I mean we toured with Atreyu, we've toured with Pop Evil. Those were really great. I mean, we've had this is our 5th US tour, but before this we did a sold out tour in the UK and Europe, to 2,000 cap rooms. We sold out the Ritz in London and Brussels and Liège, a whole bunch of things with Biohazard and Life of Agony. They're huge over there, and
wow.
that was a crazy tour over there.
Yeah, Brad, you always talk about whenever you've gone to Europe, the rock fans there are it's a different breed, it's a different DNA, right?
They're definitely diehards, man. I mean, and they stick with the bands. They're not fickle and like you one year and then don't show up the next year. It's they're in and they're all in. It's killer, man. I mean, and you go that far from home and from America, and things are different over there, but people complain about the food and shit. And I'm I think it's incredible. I mean, we had some of the best food ever. Some of those places in Germany, they used to be bomb shelters or military bunkers, and all day they're just cooking food.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's crazy hospitality over there. It's very different.
Were you, Alyse, were you worried? Because I've heard this from artists. I think the first time I ever heard it was from Tremonti years ago when he just had put together Alter Bridge, and one of their first tours that they did as a band, they were in the UK in one of these fests, and they were on stage with it's Maiden and Anthrax and all these other bands. I remember asking him, I was like, Mark, does that ever bother you? The Creed guys and Alter Bridge on the same tour with, Anthrax and Biohazard or Megadeth and stuff. He's like, in the UK, it's different. The festivals are totally different. They have maybe they were the first to start the all genre festivals, but it's just fans that love music and rock and roll. Were you worried, Alyse, with going out there and playing on stage with bands that are that heavy?
No, No, I actually, I don't mind being like different in the room. I'm always different in the room. So I have no problem with that at all. I do think that like at first it was a little bit of a culture shock for me because a couple of the people actually came up to me and said that over there it's I guess it's like it could be considered rude if they like somebody from Germany told me that if they came for the headliner and they supported the opening band that it could look disrespectful to the headliner, so they have to get like permission, I guess, from the headliner to support the other bands like or I guess so anyway, so when the first week they were like came up to us after the show and they were like, great show, it was really really good, you know, and they were like buying our merch and stuff like that, but it was like I guess less open about it. And then all of a sudden like Billy, I guess, noticed, Billy from Biohazard, and like the second week he started coming out on stage and he was like, everybody, I want you to welcome our freaking new family, this is Lilac, everybody get fucking ready for this shit. And like it was like night and day difference. Everybody was like, oh shit, okay, we can be outward about this, and they were like, you know, shouting our names and stuff. So it was great. I was really thankful to Billy to do that.
That I've never heard that before. Brad, have you ever heard
No,
that?
I haven't. I mean, maybe, I guess, but thankfully he did that. I mean, that's awesome. I mean,
Yeah,
that's a
yeah, it
total
made
solid.
a
I mean,
huge
it's so cool,
freaking
you know?
difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
times have changed since the 90s and the 80s when bands they wanted the, you know, headliners to fail, you know, because their egos were so big that they, you know, like I remember seeing, you know, I've told Brad this before in the story on the show before, is Soundgarden open up for GNR. It was like 89 or 90 or something like that. And anyway, of course, Axl Rose isn't coming out to do any of that stuff. Soundgarden got booed. And, you know, it was the launch of grunge. And the GNR fans, it was like, you know, you had a splotch of plaid, but Axl was a plaid guy. He kind of morphed into the plaid guy with the Use Your Illusions, you know. And then you had the old school 80s fans that were more, they just didn't mix at all. And they hated Chris Cornell, hated him. And I'm sitting up there in the cheap seats and going, dude, don't you guys realize, like, just listen to the guy sing? I mean, what are you doing? You know?
That's crazy to me. Chris Cornell is like one of my favorite singers ever. So
Yeah,
wow,
I mean,
that's
he's the
crazy.
GOAT. Yeah, he's one of the GOATs without a doubt. So the
I've
tour,
experienced that before, though, too. Like when Shinedown was out on the Van Halen tour, it only happened one time, but it was in Phoenix, and they were just chanting Eddie, 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 like the whole time we were playing. Like, fucking seriously, dude, he's coming. Give us 30 minutes here. You know, like fucking, you fuck off for a second. You know, that was the only place we did like five or 6 weeks with him or whatever it was.
yeah.
And it started like in Chicago, like United Center, ended in like Staples Center, but when we got to Phoenix, that was the only one. They were not having it. They were
And
like,
in your head, you're like, no, it's pronounced Brad. Brad.
they didn't care about me. No, they didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's funny. So, you know, with the tours that Lilac has been on, Alyse, you know, what is making this one different? Obviously, the bands are different, crowds different, cities are different. But as the band Lilac grows in popularity, in which you guys are, I mean, your social following is getting larger and larger, and you're a very good band. You know, I as a fan of rock music and a guy that's been in the industry for a minute, you know, you listen to some upcoming bands, new bands, baby bands as we call them, right? And you go, okay, they kind of like that, but the formula of Lilac I really like, and I know you've had a lot of kind of persuasion with like the Linkin Park days, and you know, kind of the salt and, you know, the sweet and salty kind of mix. I too am a huge fan of that, so I appreciate what you guys are doing in the band. But how has this tour been different from the ones that you mentioned before?
Yeah. Okay. So we actually just got signed to Judge and Jury. So now we're on the same label as Saliva and, you know, 3 Days Grace and a bunch of, you know, Star Set and a bunch of amazing bands that I grew up listening to. And I think that team is like really, really awesome with like helping get our marketing and getting our awareness out. Like with Barely Human. So I created this new music video with Jensen Noah. He's been doing like crazy visual effects for like Falling in Reverse and Ice Nine Kills. Like he's like, his Architects video was like this huge giant like I don't know, tsunami thing that's just swarmed over on this ship. Like, I mean, he's just crazy. Like, it's like an Avengers movie every time with him. And so, like, our music video, Barely Human, had to be like half human, half robot in this like post apocalyptic world. And it needed to really like just sell this like crazy different ending of the of the world, and it needed to look real. I didn't want it to look fucking stupid. And so anyway, like Jensen, since he's so good at visual effects, I hired him, and the video just turned out insane. Like I have this like crazy katana fight scene where I land on top of a katana, and it's just like insane. And anyway, so after I did that video, Howard and his team loved it, and then we ended up like finding this like amazing marketing person to join our team, and she's got us on like MTV and Sam's Clubs and Six Flags all over the place. And the movie Tron is coming out on October 10th, and they're playing our music video the first week of Tron before all the trailers come on. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Wow.
So, yeah.
The level of like marketing for this video is just crazy. So
I can hear the voices in Brad's head going right now. He's like, shit, go back to the early 2000s. This is what we fucking needed, man. What are you doing?
That's true, man. Or just more of that. Yeah, we got a little bit of that, but it was few and far between, man. I mean, but they've got momentum, and Howard's team's been great for Saliva. Obviously, I mean, Revelation Retold. Once they took that record over and we re-released it, I mean, and with the new songs that they were a part of, him and his team were a part of, I mean, it's, of course, Time Bomb, all those songs they're game changers. I mean, and of course we respect the Saliva catalog and the history, but I feel though, like now, like the band, with working with him, the songs have I mean, they're on another level, and it's been cool to put those songs now in the set. There's just they stand up to the Saliva name and brand, I feel.
I agree. Yeah, I think some of the songs that you guys have put out recently are amazing. Totally different spectrum while keeping the same tradition. I would tell you too. So I love them. I mean, I'm playing them. I'm putting them on my reels. I'm playing them at the gym, just because, and not because we're friends, but just because I love them.
Yeah. Uh-oh, you glitched.
Uh-oh.
Come back to us, man. Don't look into the light.
Sorry for the freeze. It seems like Judge and Jury's putting together like a Playtones army, like a kind of an Indigoot type of thing, where they're getting all of these talented bands like Lilac, like Saliva, and of course 3 Days, and eventually being able to go out on the road. I'm assuming that would be kind of something like what McGaffey did with you guys back in the Shinedown days with Three Doors and Chevelle and all those guys.
Yeah.
Kind of the idea. Yeah.
I hope so, because especially I'd love it if 3 Days would take us all to Canada, because we barely get to play there. And of course, they're from there. So that would be huge. I mean, that'd be amazing to do a tour. Lilac, yeah, all the Judge and Jury bands, Saliva. I'm sure you're in, right? At least
Babies is on the label. I mean,
right.
We got a whole bunch of people right now, and that would be great. Yeah, and Earshot just signed. So this tour is kind of like almost like a J&J like label tour right now. I mean, you guys came in clutch though, because we had a tour booked for Barely Human, and that tour got postponed like to beginning of 2026. And so we were like, what are we going to do for our release? Like what the hell? And like, thankfully Bobby and you guys, like, thank you so much for letting us join this tour so last minute. Like, we needed something, and I was really, really thankful that you guys let us on. It's been a great ride so far.
So far, it's been awesome. I mean, I think, and absolutely, we're glad to have you guys out. It's been, I mean, I feel like everyone's getting along. There's not a bunch of egos or bullshit. As far as that, it hasn't come back to me, at least if there is shit going on.
We all throw down. Yeah. And the crowd is loving the lineup so far. It's been really awesome.
I love this. I love
I
this.
agree.
I love this unity. I love rock and roll. I love people loving. I love everything about this. This makes me so happy to see these types of things happening to great people. I like, man, I'm getting watery eyed right here. You know, tough guy water eyes, allergies. I think this is so cool. Alyse, like, so for those that don't know in our audience, like your background's really interesting. You're an extremely intelligent young lady. And you've got a background in what, like cybersecurity, correct?
Yeah. So I fully switched over to offensive computer hacking in 2015. I mean, I've been hacking since I was like 11, but like my career, I've been a computer hacker legally for my career since 2015, and now I'm executive director over offensive security for a giant financial, like the stock market. Basically, they do stocks, options, and futures. There's 8 companies in the whole world that are considered a SIFMU. It's a significantly important financial market utility, and if the network goes down for over 30 minutes, the United States financial stability could tank, and world markets could be dramatically impacted. And I get paid to hack their computers, no pressure.
This sounds like a superhero movie.
No,
She's
this
just
is
like
true.
she's a rock star, and there's also a superhero, like a hacker or something.
Right,
Yeah,
but
so, like,
between
I
hacking
run.
companies, she's up on stage doing her songs.
No.
She's like, I'll be back. I got to go hack.
No, seriously, no, that's so true. I run the adversarial red team, so I specialize in malware and stealth operations. So I infect computers with viruses, and I have to spread laterally. And then I'm also in charge of the DDoS attack operations, so like flooding the crap out of the network to try to bring the network down to test their network resiliency. And then I'm also in charge of the security pen testing group, which is like, they're still hackers, but they're not stealthy about it, like no malware. And then I'm also in charge of the all third-party pen tests. So I run 4 hacking operations for a big finance market.
I'm going to shoot you a text, and Brad probably will add to this list of a few names. If you could put that on your list of people to hack for us, we'd appreciate it.
I always want some stock advice, honestly.
Oh my
I'm
God.
terrible at trader. Yeah. Could you just give us a little hint what's going to happen with the stock?
Oh.
Like some stocks? I don't know.
That's crazy that you've been doing that since you were 11. So how did you morph from doing that and, you know, being an offensive, I like that terminology, an offensive cyber hacker, into being a rock star?
I think it's actually more applicable than you think. Like my whole life, I've been on my own since I was like 15 and a half. Okay. And so like, I didn't really have the best childhood. And I think computers helped me, like, I guess, survive, because like you don't have like way to pay for food, and you have to like make ends meet. And a lot of people, some bands, I don't know what they do before the age of 18, but they got to make money somehow, and some women, they might go into taking off their clothes or whatever, and I didn't want to do that. And so I removed viruses from people's computers, and I was like severely underbidding Geek Squad. I was like, Geek Squad costs like $200. I'll remove your viruses for $50, and I was like, I found like a bunch of like pizza websites where I could get myself so many points that I could earn a free pizza. So when I didn't have money for food one week, like I might not hack the website, but I earned a lot of points, and so I was just like, I was trying to feed myself and trying to survive, and I relied on computers. And so my dream had always been singing. Singing was like, I guess music is a way that you can take trauma and abuse and every struggle that you've been through, and you can like alchemize it into something beautiful, and other people can relate to you, other people can learn from it. And I think that that's something that was really important for me, because when I was struggling, other people, like, listening to those bands that have been through shit, like, I know that I can survive it because they survived it. They're singing about it and they're freaking famous. Like, I know I can freaking do this shit. And so I think that, like, with hacking, I break into things that have extremely hard locks on the door. Like, you know, I'm testing like systems that have like giant cyber defense systems, and I have to, if they can't catch me, they're not going to catch the real bad guys, right? So like there's a giant fucking lock on that door. I'm going to get through that fucking lock, you know? Just give me enough time and energy. Like if I have the willpower to get through that fucking lock, I'm going to get through it. And so I think that like with music, you're constantly told, just like Chris Cornell, you're constantly told no. Korn, they were told no like a billion times. Rage Against the Machine, they were told no. Every fucking band that is amazing, they're told no until like all of a sudden like they blow up, and then everybody's like, I've been on this train for years. I've been your fan for so many, you know, so long. And so I think that like hearing the word no, I know that I'm gonna do my dream. I know that I'm going to hack a bunch of computers in order to be able to pay for my dream, you know, but I'm going to get through that freaking door, you know, I don't care who's on my fucking team. They can be on my team or not, but I'm going to get through that fucking door, whether they join me or not, you know? And I think that's how that's
awesome.
Yeah, dude,
that's so inspiring. Like,
I'm just going to take this show and set it as my alarm, just that clip of Alyse talking, and have that in my ear every day before I wake up, in my visualization 5 minutes before I go to sleep, you know, because it's so true and it's so amazing. I don't think there's ever been a you in this business, you know. I mean, not as far as the, you know, the gumption to win, but as far as your childhood, and obviously I don't know the details there, but you know, surviving and doing it by computers. Can you hack anyone from any computer at any time and anywhere?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you can. So I'm certified in hacking Android and iOS devices. So I can hack your cell phone, or I can hack like whatever servers or anything that's connected to the internet. So your smart coffee maker and stuff. So if you have like a crazy like good antivirus with firewalls and everything protecting your computer, I can just attack your like TV or one of your like smart, you know, refrigerators or whatever that's like less secure, and then I can just laterally move on the trusted network as a trusted device on your internal network, and then just impact it that way.
Okay, that's so dirty, but it's, I mean, I guess that should make sense. I know, right? That's so crazy.
It's like I'm going downstairs after we record and I'm getting rid of everything.
No.
She's gonna turn your thermostat up to like 85 in Florida. I'd be like, yeah, your smart thermostat, you could be fucking sweating your ass off and shit. You know, I bet she's gonna fucking dig into your porn stash.
I think, but the thing is I get paid like to hack legally, so I'm not gonna lose all my certifications just to hack your mom's Facebook. Okay, so I'm not gonna use my I'm gonna try to use my powers for good, but I am what's considered like I do a lot of black hat tactics. Like the adversarial red team has to simulate the bad guys in every way, so I have to think like a bad guy and I have to do all the bad guy things, but just like with permission.
Did you get
picturing you doing it though in a cape?
In a mask.
You do like a superhero. Okay.
No, I normally
like
do
an A on the
every
front,
morning.
like a fucking right.
Yes, she's like looking like Catwoman, you know, like
exactly.
this great black outfit, you know, thing around her eyes.
she's fucking. Oh, God. I'm dead. That's amazing.
When you started that, Alyse, was it one of those things where you got caught, and then because you got caught, people came to you and said, "Hey, look, you're really good at this. Let's do this legally"? Yes. Yep. That's what.
That's a good question.
Okay. My current jobs, no. But I did. Okay. I was. Oh man. I was pretty stupid back in like in college. There was a little bit of a time where I was like sleeping in my car and I wasn't able to pay rent, and I was working on the Geek Squad at the time, like doing like their advanced malware removal, and like I had a lemon of a car, and I was out in the middle of nowhere. I went to school for biology with a focus on genetics. And so like I'm living in the middle of nowhere at this college that's like an hour drive from my job at Best Buy, and I at the Geek Squad, and I just couldn't drive, and I was like, what the hell am I gonna do? I already can't make rent. I I have to quit my job because I have this lemon of a car that I can't go to my job. So like I was like, how do I get a good job? And I was like, okay, like movies say that, you know, like I'm really good at computers. I'm really good at hacking computers. Like what if I just like hack something and then they'll see that I'm a good person, that I don't have any felonies on my record. You know, I have some speeding tickets, but that's about it. They're going to see that I'm good and then I'll get a job for sure. And at the time I was dating this boy who did construction for this like FBI base in Clarksburg, West Virginia. And I was like, okay, that's it. All I have to do is just like, you know, break into their servers. I found, let's just say I shouldn't have done that because like I basically got their attention and I had to meet them in, there's a military base in Clarksburg, West Virginia. And I had to like basically hear about how I'm gonna lose my bachelor's degree. I'm not gonna be able to graduate college. They were saying that I'm gonna go to jail for a very long time. Like it was just like a big scary, like holy shit, I made a really bad mistake, like I shouldn't have done this. But I did get a summer internship with them.
Yeah.
Like so like I like, but that wasn't my story though. I mean that, yeah, it got me a summer internship, but honestly like what gave me my job and my career was I started hacking for Duke University. And Duke University, like they buy like vouchers of like the SANS Institute does like certifications for cyber defense and for offense, and they're like $8,000 per cert. Like it's like crazy expensive to take a course and a certification with them. But like Duke University, like they just buy in bulk. So I was like, I took 4 in 1 year, and then I just kept taking them. And so like the hardest hacking cert in the entire world is the GXPN. It's all custom buffer overflow exploits. It's all on the machine code level. Like you're creating exploits like in assembly language, and just it's the hardest hacking cert in the world, and only 1,600 people in the world have it, and I'm one of them. And like so Duke like really kickstarted my career by giving me some of the hardest hacking certs like that I could be thankful for, you know, and I didn't have to pay for that. And so after that I just got flooded with a bunch of, you know, job offers.
Yeah,
you know.
I know that's kind of a thing with hackers. There was a guy that, you know, my wife, when she was selling real estate in Atlanta, there's this nice little gay guy that he had a lot of money, had a nice place downtown Atlanta. And they got talking, and she was like, "What do you do?" And he's like, "Well, after I spent, you know, a few years in jail, I became a professional hacker." And
I didn't get jail time, thank God, but I thought for sure I was gonna like not be able to graduate college. Yeah.
I got a question.
I froze again.
Oh, you froze up.
Yeah, I froze again.
Can you hack into the UFO files, or have you?
No. I only
Some
hacked
government
it,
shit.
you
No.
know. but I do have like 1099. So like I hack for OC. Sorry, I can't say my day job. I hack for a finance company during my day job, but then also like I do 1099 gigs for a lot of Fortune 500 companies. So there's a lot of like really big companies that all of you guys know that I have been paid to like break into their systems, or the Swift network that connects all banks together and stuff. I hack that on a regular basis.
And you're a rock star.
And I sing at night. Yeah, I'll hack during the day and then I'll sing at nighttime. Come see me on tour with Saliva.
My son's actually at UCF and he's doing computer engineering, so that would be something. And he, you know, in cybersecurity, he was considering that too. But maybe I could connect you with him somehow. And
yeah, if he wants to learn how to be a hacker, I can. Yeah, I can.
I think he'd be great at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he never leaves the bedroom, so might as well be getting paid to be on your computer, you know.
Yeah, it's way more fun because you gotta like, you have to think of how to break into stuff. Like, and I also think it's kind of fun because you're like getting paid to be bad, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just like how can you beat that? Like, because I mean, obviously everybody wants to be a little bad, you know, but to like be able to think bad and do bad things, and then they're just like you had
good job.
Yeah. Like,
here's the money. Good job. You did so good.
I know. I love that. Like, yeah, it just, I guess it's like it's really fun in your brain to wake up in the morning because sometimes you don't want to do the run of the mill jobs, because it just
Yes.
feels so corporate. But like when you get paid to break into the corporate jobs, then you're like, like I don't know, it makes me take that.
So Alyse, do you kind of alluded to this earlier. So Lilac is your band. You put the band together?
I did.
Okay. Okay. So you, again, alluded to this earlier, using the money from your hacking job, your legal hacking job, to kind of fund the band. So is that what you were saying, is that you've gotten to this point by funding the band on your own? And do you still do that?
Yeah. Everything is through me. Like the bus that we're currently touring on, the music videos, the recordings, the everything, the marketing, the radio promo reps, the PR reps, everything. Yeah,
she's the boss. Don't mess with her now. She's the boss. Get you. Now we actually know her drummer Lee Hutt. He played with, so he's got some history with Saliva. He played some interim times in the band when I guess Paul had left and we were between drummers, and he also has teched for us. He's a solid cat, man. So he speaks highly of you too. So it's really, really, really. I think you got some good people in your band. So you need a good supporting cast, man. There's no doubt. And it's tough to find that and also get along with everybody and get. It's not easy being out here too. You throw that whole stress of the travel and the shows and the different situations you're in. I mean, at least it seems like you guys get along. From what I can tell, I don't know.
Yeah,
She's like,
no, they're extremely genuine human beings. Like we did lose 2 members, but that was only because like one had a baby and he decided that he wanted to just live his life with his wife and his new kid, and you can't stop that. You just didn't want to live rockstar life anymore. And the other one, he found a girlfriend that he wanted to settle down with. So both of them basically just like left the band because they love our band and they saw us going big places, and they wanted to stay in with their family, and you got to support that. But yeah,
absolutely, family first for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Where did you find the rest of your bandmates? Did you know them prior? Did you do like the audition process?
Yeah. Oh God. So like, I met Cam, the keyboardist, who actually isn't on tour with us right now. He's healing from an injury, not band related, but he's healing from an injury. And so anyway, his he lifts the keyboard above his head, and he's just like super aggressive, like climbing on light towers and headbanging with the low wireless keyboards on the top of the light towers. He's ridiculous. But anyway, he I met him through his ex-girlfriend at a COVID party outside. I started this band during COVID, actually. Okay. And I wasn't anticipating starting the band just yet. Like I had just got out of an engagement. I was engaged to be married, and I canceled that shit, and I got out of that. Thank God. And so anyway, I went to this COVID party outside, and I met Cam, and he was just like, hey, what would you, if you started a new band, what would it be like? And I was like, well, I mean, I've been doing a lot of bands where I was the singer, but like all of us were friends. And I think that when everybody's steering the ship doesn't really go anywhere. So I was thinking like, okay, well, if I ever started another band, and I wasn't thinking right now, I was like later on, if I ever start another band, maybe it'd be cool to do like a dual vocalist thing. Like I've always loved Linkin Park. And I was really into I Prevail and stuff at that time and stuff. So I was like, maybe if I could just make like a modern version of Linkin Park. And like at the time, they didn't have a female singer. So like in 2020, I was like, hey, there's nobody doing like a female singer and male rapper dynamic. Let's do that,
They copied you. They saw you and they copied you.
What? And then they just added a female vocal. I did this shit first. No, I'm kidding.
That's it, man. They got their feelers out there. You'd be surprised. They
got some stroke.
I tell you what, man, it's dirty business. Yeah, dirty shit.
But
But
anyway,
also,
and then
hey, thanks COVID, right? I mean, it's
yeah,
good. It
yeah,
was good
thanks
for
COVID.
something. Fuck, I mean,
Jeez. Yeah, we just quarantined together, and then like trying to find a rapper. Now that shit was fucking hard because I'm sorry if I'm cussing. If you guys don't allow
No,
cussing, just
Oh,
yeah,
let
no,
me know. Okay,
let it
no,
fly.
he's just
It's
here like bleeping, like like
no,
nonstop.
no, go ahead.
Okay, well, so yeah, so like then Oscar trying to find a rapper, like you got like so I made a Craigslist ad, and like you get these people where like their profile is just money, and you're just like, okay, I don't know about these guys, and you're auditioning different rappers and stuff, and you're trying to find genuine human beings and some good guys. But anyway, I found Oscar on Craigslist, and then I found Sketty on Bandmix. Sketty's our lead guitarist. Yeah, I guess, and yeah, I guess organically we just started, quarantining together, and it's been history. I didn't expect to start the band, but when Cam was like, all right, so I took, the idea of Linkin Park, and then and Bring Me the Horizon, Made a Baby, and like, he was like, here's some songs, and he gave it to me, and I was like, I guess I'm starting a band now. Like, it was like not what I expected. Yeah.
What are you learning, with the tours that you've done prior and this tour right now with Saliva and Earshot? Do you, as an upcoming band, and I know you've been in it for a minute, but still, as an upcoming band, you got old guys like Brad, has been doing it for almost 30 years, right? Do you go out there and watch their sets and try to pick up as much as you can and absorb the experience and the seasoning that these guys and girls have?
I mean, I don't know if it's like absorbing. I think it's more so like reflecting and like just enjoying their sets. Like, but yeah, I'm always in the crowd and I'm always singing along. I think it's just like almost like a shell shock to me that I'm like, I mean, I grew up listening to Saliva, and always like was one of my favorite songs by them and stuff. So to hear it like live and be like, holy shit, I'm on their label, and I'm like watching them and I'm playing with them every single night for 6 weeks. It's just kind of like a surreal experience to me. Like I don't know. I think it's just more of a like I'm grateful to be here. Yeah.
In 5 years, people are going to be saying that about Lilac. You're going to have to be able to respond to it. I mean, Brad, you're the same way. I mean, look, obviously I go back with you from the very beginning of Shinedown, and those shows at the Hard Rocks and the House of Blues with Three Doors and Soil, and and the first time you guys were on Earth Day Birthday and all those types of things. And but I don't know if you guys had that like, oh my God, we're on the same bill as, did you? You didn't have that kind of mentality, did you?
I mean, it takes a lot for me to get kind of starstruck in that regard, but it's not due to a lack of respect in any way. I just feel like, I guess, if I'm there, I must belong there. So, and
Yeah.
hopefully it's for good
Absolutely.
reason. You know what I mean? Whether it's, I mean, I'm not Les Claypool on the bass. I never tried to be, but for whatever reason, I got some breaks, and it fell into some great situations with people that were, we were on our way up, and I feel like I contributed to that. So, I mean, there's been times, though, of course, when you're like, God damn, that was Gene Simmons. I mean, I wasn't even a big Kiss fan. We just did,
Right.
the Buffalo Chip out at Sturgis, and yeah, I mean, everyone's in their Kiss shirts, and there's some people in makeup and shit. I mean, but I definitely. I know where she's coming from though too, and she's on her way up. Alyse is on her way up in her band, and someday this will come up in conversation. Do you remember that time when you were, first of four on the Saliva tour? Now you're playing the arena in town, or now you're out here with, someone that's the Deftones or whoever it is, and it's like. But I think as long as you respect your past and the breaks you've been given, you'll always think good things will come to you, and you just got to keep like they're hungry. I watched them, I'm trying to think where we were. I think we were in Wyandotte, a little south of Detroit at the district. And, they have cameras in the venue. So we're up in our dressing room and here comes Lilac. And I was like, damn, they're going for it up there, dude. I mean, it's like, they're going to do it. Just like she said earlier, nothing's going to stop her and them from doing it. So, and I believe that, and that comes across when you watch them play and listen to them. So,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
You just need a little controversy to get a little jump start there in the mainstream. I don't know. You got to
Start a feud or something.
start a feud, jump over a fence, try to fight somebody on tour. Something.
Oh man, I've joked. I'm not gonna do this. But I've joked about, like, you know how Falling in Reverse, like, he went to jail for like the brass knuckles situation that he did.
Right.
So I was like, I mean, I could just like hack all the digital signage in like LA and New York. I wonder how much that would, like, I mean, maybe that, I don't want it to like put me in jail for too long, because I need to do this while the momentum's hot. But like, if it's only a couple months in jail, I mean, that'd be worth it. Just put lilac on all of the digital signage everywhere in Times Square. I thought about it, but I haven't done it. I don't know.
Can you do that for this tour? Like, can you go to all the cities we're about to go to and hack into those fucking things and figure it out for us?
It's normally so freaking, like, it's so insecure most of the time, but I'm not gonna. I don't know. I think if it was like only a month in jail or something, I don't know. Maybe we could talk. I don't know.
Do you use, like, your fan base obviously knows the other Alyse, right? They know the hacking Alyse. Do you kind of play that into the rockstar Alyse, like in your set? Does that work in anywhere?
No, but I do think that, like, I am building a lot, like, not only for like our live set, but also like stuff, like I'm building a lot of amazing stuff, like code for our label as well. So Saliva, you guys get to like reap some of the benefits of some of the stuff I'm building for us,
Sick. That's awesome.
But anyway, our live set, we have these wireless TVs, like in the front of, on each side of the stage, and it starts off, with this like AI girl, kind of introducing like how we're all connecting, and like, we're all barely human, and then we start our set with barely human. And I've built this, I would like to start incorporating this into our next tour, where basically right now we have these AI videos for each of our songs, but I want it to be able to like real time, like assess the crowd, like, so engagement. So like if 65% or more of the crowd is doing this, I want the AI person to like go on the screen and do that with them. And if they're doing fist pumps, I want it to do that with them, in real time. And I built it already, actually. So I think it would be good for us to start incorporating like holographic stuff too, like, if a big like robot went over the crowd for a second, I think that holographic stuff would be a lot of fun.
Well,
you could say like subliminal, go to the merch table.
Yeah.
Go buy the record.
Red eyes, just red eyes. Go to the merch.
Yeah. Go get a t-shirt now.
Well,
Lilac t-shirt.
if all the bands signed off on this, just the idea, I've always loved this. I tried to use it when I was in California, and they didn't do what I suggested as far as the launch of my shows there, and then it was stolen by the same company for another radio station. But anyway, not the point. Is that like during the set, people start to expect Lylac's going to hack the show, so whether you're hacking for you or you're hacking for another band, as you're on stage, the screens, you get that.
I don't know if I'm not going to mess up other people.
No. It's all a bit. It's like, it's part of the show, it's entertainment, so people start to expect it and don't know, like, look, as a rock fan, and I think 90+% of rock fans are just fans of music will agree. People love surprises. People love collaborations, if you're on a tour where everybody's cool and you kind of are intertwining and collaborating and stuff, but people start to expect when they know they're on tour with Alyse, the rockstar hacker, that you don't know what's going to happen during the show as far as who's going to get hacked and who's going to collab. You know what I'm saying?
She could hack their cell phones in real time too.
No, they're just the screens.
It's
like Saliva.
Everybody connect to this Wi-Fi, and now I'm going to use ARP cache poisoning to where every time you go to any website, it just redirects you to my Lilac website. Like, here you go. Here's
I'm an idea guy. I'm an idea guy.
Pretty smart too. Yeah.
I'm an idea guy. So, all right. Well, like, this is really cool. Are you getting love from terrestrial radio at all?
Yeah, yeah, and oh my God, yeah, we're so we just started our 8-week radio campaign, but like we've only been a couple weeks in and we're already in the top 60. So I'm excited. Like we're moving, we're moving. But yeah, I'm excited to see like how far we go in the next few weeks. Yeah, yeah,
Well, if you're ever
we've
in
had a lot of ads
Orlando,
already.
if you're ever in Orlando, well, you're not going to remember this, but I will. I see that you're in Orlando. This is my home base now, and that'd be cool. The rock station in Orlando is great. Their heritage, it's the band that launched Shinedown for the most part. So hopefully they'll give you guys just as much love as they gave those dudes back in the day. So
Hey, if you want to put in a good word for me, let me know. Yeah, that's amazing. We
I
just
will.
did like on the tour. We stopped at what is it, RRJO, and we did an acoustic set like in the radio station right before our show that night. So I
In
don't know.
Madison.
I'm
Yeah.
loving the I'm loving I'm
Yeah.
loving the radio love right now.
You'll get sick of that pretty quickly. Tell her, Brad.
Well, I mean, we were doing
A lot.
one or two stations. We did a lot of radio stuff in the early days, but I mean, it paid off for us. Obviously, when it came time for our manager and for the campaign to for whatever song was coming out, like they remembered it. The people that we went and we did the acoustic. We went and played the barbecue joint. We did someone's house like 2 days before Christmas, and it's snowing out in fucking Ohio or something, But I mean, like I said, those kind of shits, because sooner or later that program director or whatever might end up in K-Rock, LA or New York or Chicago, and he's like, "Well, Shinedown's got Burning Bright coming out. Okay, I'll put it in. He'll put in like a heavy rotation almost immediately or something." And we were like, fuck, that's awesome. You know how big Chicago is, he's just like shit like that, like because we helped him,
But unfortunately, radio's a lot different now than it was,
Yeah.
4 years ago. And
Right.
you don't have all those live bodies in morning drive, and they're not going to do like what I would do with you guys and have you on for an hour. They're going to be like, hey, we're going to give you, it's like that movie, That Thing You Do, and they're like, hey, let's say hello to the Wonders, and they're all excited for the interview, and they go on, they're like, hi, like, all right, thanks guys, just leave the headphones in, and that's all you do. Unfortunately, terrestrial radio is not like that, and you have a lot of, let's be honest, really untalented people in the business. So unfortunately, when I'm just telling you what you're going to encounter, you're going to get a lot of questions, female driven.
Uh-oh. That damn glitch is back,
Froze
man.
again.
Shit, dude. Did you pay your internet? I think Alyse, she may have hacked you, dude. She's hacking you with her mind, right? She's also a remote viewer.
I'm getting hacked.
She's psychic, okay? Like,
but
she's
just
fucking with you, dude.
just be aware of that, Alyse. Is that's what you're going to get if you haven't gotten it already. It sucks, but when you get kind of a neophyte, you get a green radio person that's doing interviewing type of stuff. The easy go-to for the odd man out is female. You're trying to be. You're pretty. What's your boyfriend like? Those. And it's like, all right, I'm here for 20 minutes. Let's talk about some fun shit, dude. Let's talk about cool shit. Let's not talk about the obvious. Okay, I'm a chick. I'm a girl. I'm a rock star. I'm a hacker. That's great. But let's have a fucking conversation. Get off your ego, right? So you're going to encounter a lot of. I'm just giving you a heads. Brad, am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong, but I'm not female either, though. So what are they going to talk? You know what I'm saying? I'm sure she can handle herself. She seems like she's fucking people up left and right. She can handle the DJ. Trust me. I think she'll be all right, bro. Come on, man.
Before we end this, Alyse, I've got to ask, because I remember when Brad first announced that this tour was happening on the Vinyl Road podcast, of course, and he mentioned you guys, and I'm going and I'm looking it up because I wasn't familiar with the band, the spelling of the band. Okay, I think I've now kind of figured it out, but why? Yeah, but why the interesting spelling of lilac, which is LYLVC.com, if you want to go to the website. Why the interesting spelling?
Yeah, I mean, I think my band members, I don't know, there was there's a lot of bands right now that are using V's instead of A's, like Paris and Landmarks. There's a lot of bands that use V's instead of A's now. But I think when we were trying to find a band name, like my hair is normally like lilac, or it like fades into like this Storm from X-Men, like white. Okay, so it's normally between white or lilac. Okay, and so I think they just thought of the word, they would just thought of lilac, but then they were like, oh, but it's just only feminine. We have a dual vocalist band. Where's that edge going to come from? Where's the duality, you know? And so I think they just thought that making it a V instead of an A might make it a little, like, add the edge from a male a little bit more and make it a little less feminine. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very kind of like spaceshipy, you know, kind of like
All right.
outer space. Yeah, like it would be on
Okay.
NASA suit. So I was thinking, like,
I
after
can talk about aliens anytime. I just, you know, all right, I'm ready.
He doesn't want to talk aliens. I'm like, we should talk some aliens, man. Come on. She can hack into the fucking government's. Trust me, it's happening. It's happening right now.
Let me tell you, I was at a 1-year-old's birthday party just the other week. My father-in-law has he's always been a very vocal religious person, which I've got no problem with whatsoever. He is now kind of morphed into the ancient aliens preacher, which is kind of cool, right? Because I've seen every episode. I had Giorgio on my other show, right? I mean, love ancient aliens and Ectotwethwheel. And
that
so
was Wayne's favorite show too. Wayne
oh
Sweeney.
my!
He'd be back there. It'd be on 20. It'd be as loud as it could go back there.
Because it's real. I mean, like it's real. Like the angels are actually aliens. I mean, everything. I buy into it 100%.
Me too.
This is what Brad wants to talk about on the Vinyl Road podcast, at least all the time. And I'm like, dude, we've got to morph into it. People are coming because they're fans of Brad Stewart and the bands that you've been in, Shinedown and Fuel and Saliva. They want to hear your rock and roll stories. We can talk aliens here and there, but we can't make the whole show about aliens. But now that Alyse is on, fucking go ahead. Let's talk about aliens. I love aliens.
Are you aware of the Atlas? Of course. Here we go. Sorry, it's coming towards us, dude. And they're aware of it, and it's not behaving like a comet. There's some shit happening. I mean,
because there's lights in the front, not in the back.
Right. Exactly. See. So I mean, what about Oumuamua? That whole thing when that came, it grazed us too, man. I mean, what the fuck was that shit?
Alyse, tell us what's going on. You probably already hacked into these sites. You know what's really going on.
Oh man, I only hacked for the financial sector right now. I don't know. I think like I don't know as much as you guys. Yeah, but I do believe in aliens, and I do think that like, have you ever seen the movie Fourth Kind?
Sure.
Yeah, like, you know, like with the Sumerian text and everything like that, and at the end, like how it was saying, I am God, like, no, I am your father, like you are, you know, like that was like crazy to me that they had, like, you know, like I guess ancient civilizations, they thought of this like alien God, like, and when they looked up to the heavens, it was actually just like, I guess, aliens in space. And so I thought that was very interesting, that like, what if God is an alien, and what if, you know, like
where the Anunnaki, like how the Anunnaki came down. Are you familiar with the Anunnaki? It kind of goes into the Sumerian, that all ties together, right? So anyhow, that's a whole, like, I have a couple books on that. So like,
where did the Incas just disappear to? There's no lineage of one of the largest civilizations that existed. They just disappeared, you know? So the idea that these certain people that, I mean, look, dude, you don't think I can talk about it just because I don't want to talk about it on the show. I'm just trying to stay on format. Dude, I was at the gym this morning watching Ancient Aliens, right? New season up on Netflix. And they're sitting there and they're talking about
watch this Netflix show. Okay.
And so I'm sitting there and I'm watching an episode on the crop circles. And I'm sitting there going, you guys are fucking morons. Do you not realize what the crop circles are? I know these guys said that it was a hoax, but they were supposed to. This is where they landed. That's why you can't find footprints. This is what the spaceships leave when they land in your crops. That's what they leave. That's why you can't find anything. Why am I the only person that knows this? You know, so like I gotta talk to Giorgio again. I gotta let him know that I got stuff on it. Anyway, this went weird. Okay, look, lilac.com on tour if they're coming to a city nearest you, this tour, Saliva, it's the Timu tour, right? Saliva, you've got Earshot.
Timu Saliva, that is, yes.
Timu
Right,
Saliva, which by the way, the social media is great from you guys with the shirts and everything. I love it. The
got
founder,
you a shirt, by the way. I got you a shirt. So,
and I got you a new Vinyl Road podcast shirt that fits better.
All right.
And Lilac, of course, on this tour. If they're coming to a city nearest you, make sure you go and support great rock and roll music. And if they're not in a city nearest you, call your radio station. They probably won't answer. So go to their social media. Go to their social media and say, what the shit, man? Why aren't you guys bringing this tour into town for a whatever? Right? Like, get off your lazy asses, terrestrial radio, and do something fucking creative for once, because you haven't done it in the last 2 decades. So I'm a little bitter. I'm sorry. I've been in radio for 30 years.
I would never see that at all. It's a bitterness.
You know what my problem is, Brett? I like to work. I'm a workaholic. The last time I got fired, the whole, when you get fired, people, the management likes to put together a why you got fired. Like, he's hard to work with, nobody likes him, and then they spread that and they make it bigger. The last one I got fired from these dickwads was he's too much work. Who fires you and says you're too much work, which essentially says that you're lazy as fuck, right? I mean, that's what they're saying. So I was too much work because I wanted to do things like events and branding and marketing and stuff. Anyway, Alyse, you're a wonderful person, and I'm glad I'm your friend now because you're really cool.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks so much for coming on. I mean, that was enlightening, inspiring. And I was like, wow, this is
the whole shebang.
Cool. Yeah, this is very cool.
Yeah. I'm excited for you guys. I love seeing this kind of stuff, like good people that are doing good things and are passionate about, what they're doing. And like, your story's different. I mean, it really is. I mean, I've interviewed just about everybody in the business and, as far as then, but your story is different. It's very self-driven, with a higher up level coming from a underground level, I mean, if that makes any sense, but it's very, very cool. So I appreciate you being so open and sharing it with us. That was really cool.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you for having me on the podcast. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, come on anytime, and best of luck. And I'm sure you guys will see each other in the next couple hours and do your thing on stage. All right.
I'll see you in a couple hours, dude.
Yes. See you there. Grand Rapids, here we come.
Here we go.
See you, Alyse.
Thank you guys.
All right. Bye-bye. Alyse Zavala. Dude, you are so lucky to be out on tour with her. She is so cool, man.
It's crazy because I haven't really, you're out here, dude, and everyone's on a different schedule, going different directions, in every direction at the same. So I've, in the brief times that I've said hello, I mean, she's always been super like cool, and
so
she
cool.
Came off as genuine as a person, and I don't know I don't know her, so but just from what our friend Lee, her drummer, has told us about her and stuff too, and just the story of it and how she pursues it and the drive she has, I'm like, that's fucking impressive, dude. Like,
so cool.
Yeah, man. But
so
cool. It's good to have people like that are out here that, I mean, they're giving it everything they got too, and they're the first band, and it's like they don't have much room to roam up there, because everyone else's gear is up there, but it doesn't stop them, man. They're fucking going for it, man.
Yeah, I don't see them being the first band. Nothing wrong with being the curtain jerker, but I don't see them being the first band for much longer.
No, I don't either. And they got good support. I mean, obviously she's funding it now, but sooner or later the rubber's going to hit the road and it's going to fund itself. And you have a team like Howard Benson and Neil and Judge and Jury, those guys. I mean, they don't just sign anybody, and they don't just put their time in on just anybody. They know they've got something here, so they're gonna exploit it and do whatever they can to make it until it makes it. I mean, it's gonna happen for them. So
is Judge and Jury fairly new?
I think they've been doing stuff. Maybe they just formed it. But I think those guys, Plotnikoff and Howard, they've always worked together. Maybe it's just now like an official label situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's pretty cool. They started following me and us on social media, and I would look at the social media and I was like, that's pretty cool. I always liked, what the Indigoot, people would do, and how they would support the artists. And, it's a very simple process. If you've got a good product, you support the product, you exploit the product. And I say exploit in the most positive way. and you get the word out, and let the people decide whether you want it or you don't want it, and then what hits and what doesn't hit. But you've got to at least expose people to it so they have the choice to like it or not.
Absolutely, man. And there is some novelty with the, she sings and she's a really good singer. She fucking sings her ass off, dude. And to have the rapper too. And it's a little, I mean, I know now, of course, Linkin Park, they replaced Chester with a female. I get that. But I mean, it's still different enough from that though, too, if that makes sense, just because it's framed a certain way. But I think they're winning people over night after night. We're on show 12, I think, of a 33 show run. I mean, dude, yesterday was the only non-show day. So we had 6 in a row, and we'd have another, I think, 5 or 6 in a row, but Louder Than Life canceled the pre-party that we were going to do in Louisville. So that's become a non-show day. And I call them non-show days because they're not days off. You're still out here. You know what I mean? There may not be a show, but you're not really off either, So anyway, I don't know why they canceled that, because I think it could have been super cool. We did it for Rockville. We did the pre-party, and there was 20,000 people out there. It was crazy, So,
damn, that's a lot.
I don't know. I don't know what happened, man. But anyway,
we
got plenty of other shows to play. So
probably my favorite, me personally, not. I love Linkin Park, by the way, and I love the new Linkin Park, but my favorite kind of rap to rock band that exists today is Hollywood Undead. I absolutely love Hollywood Undead. I could listen to that band 24/7. Just fucking, like, I think they're hilarious. They're funny. They don't give a shit. They've got that 80s edge with an early 2000s style, like they will say things that they're saying it not to be malicious. They're just saying it because it's funny and they're joking. You know what I mean? It's pretty, like, I love their music. I got to hang out with one of the guys one time because he went to juvie with my buddy who was the owner of a club, and we hung out at his bar. This is years ago, like right after they played Earth Day Birthday one year. But them performing live is, I don't know if you guys.
I've seen it. Yeah, actually, their front house guy, their front of house tour manager, Jack Suarez, did Saliva too, and he actually stole our lighting guy to bring out with him one time. Yeah, but I mean, that happens. I think we were ending the tour anyway, but he kind of poached our guy, but that guy actually went on to do even bigger and better things. But no, I definitely think those guys kick ass live. I was hoping, I think Saliva, Hollywood Undead would make total sense as far as the tour would go. Absolutely, man.
Saliva, Hollywood Undead, and Papa Roach.
Yes.
They're kind of a package deal, that kind of thing. Like Shinedown and Papa Roach have become kind of a package deal lately. Yeah. But I love the idea of a Papa Roach, Hollywood Undead, Saliva, Lilac tour. You know what I mean? That would be a killer tour. That'd be pretty good. Let's do it. Let's book it.
Can you book it for us? Yeah. We'll get Alyse to hack the system so everyone knows about it. The advertising will be everywhere.
Let me call Alyse, and she'll actually have you 50 cities in very nice venues here in just a couple of minutes. Hold on for a second. A ton of marketing. You're going to have commercials everywhere. It's going to be great. You're going to have airplay. You're going to have the whole nine. I just need to get Alyse to start hacking some places. All right. Look, another good episode. Appreciate you guys listening. If you don't mind, it's a little selfish ask. If you guys listening don't mind, remember this show, a lot of Brad fans, I get it. A lot of Saliva fans, Shinedown fans, Fuel fans, I get it. And you might not even know who I am. But I do other shows as well in the same feed. You'll see them when you go and you search for the Vinyl Road podcast. But I have a show with my wife I call the Honey I Raised the Kids. It's about us becoming empty nesters and our second life, which is kind of fun. It's very kind of goofy and family. It's got a little bit of an edge. My wife is a little spicy. And then the BS, which has always been kind of like my radio show, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Tuesdays and Thursdays are for subscribers. If that's of any interest to you, you can go to jasonbailey.com and do that. But that's kind of like a radio show, like you would listen to in your car in the morning. The idea is to have a show, which I do 3 different shows, 5 days a week, that would supplement the maybe not so great content that you're getting in your city, right? That's the idea. On your way to work, I try to keep the shows to about an hour. I just think nobody's listening to a fucking 4-hour radio show. Just,
Yeah, I think hours good, definitely, man.
it's just too much. It's just 4 hours is crazy
That's
to think about it now. All right, brother, man. I know you got things to do. Back out on the road, and since this is released on Friday, this upcoming weekend, where are you guys at?
Good question. I don't know. No, seriously, I haven't pulled up and shit. I'm just taking it day by day. There's so many days. It's like, and especially when you're ripping through like 6 in a row, I'm like, where the fuck are we going? Where were we? People are like, how was it last night? I'm like, or where were you last night? I'm like, damn, good question. I mean, it gets crazy. Oh, hold on. So let's see here. I got it. Okay. So Sioux Falls, we're doing Brainerd, Minnesota, Minot, North Dakota, Bozeman, Montana. So we're going to start heading. We're going to stay in like the Wisconsin, sort of Michigan, that Midwest area, and Minnesota. And then once we start heading west, like to South Dakota, it goes all the way, of course, out to Seattle and down to Reno into California. I mean, it's going to be great, man. And it's funny because in a lot of the places, the weather's changed, or it's changing. Mm-hmm. So it's not 90-degree Florida heat. And I'm like, oh man, thank you. Like, I love where I live, man, but that shit, it was a hot summer this year, man. So it's kind of nice to go to these other places, and it's a little drier, it's a little cooler. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, it's gonna be good. I mean, I like to thank all the vinyl roadies and everyone listening. I mean, people still hit me up and they're like, hey man, I downloaded Spotify, but I'm having trouble finding, the podcast, and I'll send them links and stuff, of course. But the support's been amazing, and we're up to our 3rd guest.
Yeah.
So hey man, we're doing it, man. We're doing it. It's been good. It's been fun and stuff.
All people has to do is search the Vinyl Road podcast. I mean, that's what
I told them. It can't be that hard. So I sent them the link anyway. Whatever. I mean. And they'll usually get to it, but
So the only like confusion that there might be is that because it is under one feed, which is considered the BPX, because it's my network, is that there's different shows on one feed. That's by design. But if like literally you go and you search on any platform, you want to Spotify it, because that's where you get the video element, the show, and you can see our faces and all that stuff. But you just literally have to search the vinyl. I mean, you don't even have to put podcasts in. You can just put the Vinyl Road. That's all you got to do. And all the episodes will come up. But if you want to go to the page, you can go to BPX or Bailey Podcast Exchange, and that's where you'll get all the shows. So, all right, dude. Well, talk to you next week. Well, I'm sure I'll talk to you before then, but we will talk to everybody next week. Thank you for listening. Yeah.
I'm hoping for a little bit better lighting next week. I didn't bring my lighting stuff with me, so I look like the devil in the hotel room today. So
I'll tell you, I'm gonna figure it out. Your wallpaper is a lot better than last week. I can tell you that.
That's true. It's a better hotel. Absolutely.
It's a better hotel.
So the wallpaper, of course, is better.
Thanks to the Vinyl Roadies for listening. Thanks to new people that decided to give us a chance. Hope you continue to do that. Make sure, and that's another thing, like on Spotify or any platform, just hit, follow. So once you're following, and then a new podcast pops up, you'll get notified on your phone. So that makes it easy, where you don't have to go and search every single time. Look, I always like to tell you guys this: if you're going to be doing some drinking, I understand, I get it. But if you've had too much, please don't get behind the wheel of a car or get online. That's my new thing I'm adding to that. I've lost too many friends like that, like literally and metaphorically. All right. We'll talk to you soon. JasonBailey.com. Like, share, follow, spread the love, people. Bye.
That's it for this episode. Check out thebaileyshow.com for more shows. Until next time.
3 different shows, 5 days a week, 1 feed, details, and to subscribe, jasonbailey.com.